Hello everyone, this is Wrestling Watcher, a YouTube channel that is about watching professional wrestling. So CM Punk as WWE champion. You know, I put the on the thumbnail the term easy champion. And I put that because it's an easy booking choice, right? I mean, you move him over from Raw to SmackDown, so you create new matchups, a new coat of paint, so to speak. Alright, you put the title on him. He's on SmackDown, obviously. He's obviously got a one-on-one match with Cody at SummerSlam. I think it's too soon to take the title off of him, so I think he wins in some way, by hook or by crook. And you have Sami Zayn and Gunther there as potential matchups to go against him. So there's no shortage of challengers and stories to tell there, right? I want to be honest. I would love to see Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk one more time for that championship. I would love to hear Drew McIntyre's music play at some point and him just claymore Punk like 3 or 4 times, right? Now, I know they had the feud back in 2024, obviously. Feud of the year, great story, great promos, great segments, great all of it, right? And they had the Hell in the Cell match to finish. And so the story, the feud, is, for all intents and purposes, over. At least that part of it is. But CM Punk is champion now, new brand, which means the story can now be fresh. The match can now be somewhat fresh. Not entirely, because we've seen it before, but new circumstances, new coats of paint. You understand where I'm coming from, hopefully. I think if I'm booking, I would seriously consider WrestleMania Saudi Arabia to be a rematch of Punk versus Drew McIntyre. I think that's where I would go with this. I know that leaves a lot of booking questions. What to do with Cody, what to do with Gunther, what to do, right? But I honestly feel like the big money match, because we don't think about it. We don't see Drew McIntyre on TV right now. He's doing the Hollywood thing. He's doing the outside interest thing. He's doing the, take some time off, make people miss you thing, right? But Drew and Punk, man, I could just see Punk retaining the title after a hard-fought match against somebody. He's celebrating, and suddenly you hear Drew McIntyre's music playing, and you got a ready-made match right there. I suggested WrestleMania in this video because I think that's a big money match that could be retold there, and it's not like WWE hasn't done that before. Put a main event match on at WrestleMania that was played out, a year or two previously, with a fresh coat of paint, with a fresh storyline. First one that comes to mind would be WrestleMania 25, Triple H versus Randy Orton. If you remember correctly, they had a feud the previous year, the spring and early summer, but I think it was spring of 2008, the year before that WrestleMania. Coming out of WrestleMania 24, they had a couple singles matches. If you remember, Randy Orton broke his collarbone, was gone for a while, came back later that year, and eventually that very soon quickly led into the WrestleMania 25 storyline. So it's not like it hasn't been done before. Now, some might say in a comment, well, that's a bad example because that's considered a horrible main event. The finish is considered horrible because people, I think, wanted Randy Orton to really go over because they were really into that heel character. Of course, some people think that it was just a lame finish because it ended with just a pedigree from Triple H. But that's neither here nor there. The point is, back to, Drew and Punk. It's a fresh match now, because there's a title on the line, a new change of brands. I think both would be considered more over than what they were in 2024, which means it's a bigger match, in my opinion. So that's where I would go with it. That's all for this one, guys. Thank you.